Hello world, we are in our first podcast for the game Warplane Orange played by email campaign. I'm for the Allies and Jonathan here for the Japanese.
Hello.
And we will a little bit talk about the first month of the war. I can show you around the map if Jonathan or I have something to tell what happened on or at the map or on the battlefield. So, Jonathan, what did you expect from the first month, so to say, as Japanese side?
Well, by and large, I kind of expected to go how it's gone. I know that the Allies start off on a weaker foot. I expected Manila to fall a little bit easier. I expected to already have Manila. But obviously that has not happened.
Yeah.
I didn't expect so much resistance in right outside the Manchuria area. I'm kind of annoyed. I'm having a difficult time breaking out of I forget the name of the city.
Tsingtao?
Yes.
Tsingtao, yeah.
Yeah, Tsingtao. That's been frustrating, but by and large, I've kind of expected it to go the way it's gone.
Okay.
So, but that's the beauty of it. When you're playing against a human opponent, you never really know what to expect.
Yeah, well, in the game Warplane Orange, compared to War in the Pacific, especially the Admiral Edition, it's vastly different. Yeah, it's even if it's the same, more or less the same engine. Well, what did I expect from this first month? To be honest, more landings at uncertain points, so to say. And
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, not a problem here. Yeah, not really more naval combat, because if I don't move out with my fleet, then we can't have a naval combat. Anyway, yes, that's the case. Overall, well, I had a little bit more experience than you. I guess you played completely out of the bat, and I had the first month played against another human opponent, but only the first month, and with only China forces and American forces, so with some special rules where then I dropped the game. So, but I guess we can change the knowledge a little bit here around. So, because I think I know why Manila takes so long for you, or Tsingtao.
Yeah. No. Sorry, I don't know why, so I'm happy to hear the reasons.
Terrain modifier for defensive odds. If you turn on if you press key 1, from the hotkeys, you can then see on the tactical map what's. I don't know if you have opened the game at the moment, but
yeah, I've got it open.
Okay, then you can see if you go to the Shanghai area, that Shanghai itself has CU, as letters.
Okay.
And CU, the first letter C means coast, I guessed, because it's at the coast, and U means urban, and the urban center gives ×4 modifier for defense. So that's why my AV in Manila, because Manila is the same, the fleet's over it, but it has 1,500 AV, in adjustment.
Okay.
And
that makes sense.
For example, and that's the biggest problem for Manila. So you would need 3,000 AV practically to take Manila. Adjusted 3,000 AV.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, because to take a base you need 2-to-1 odds, plus fortification. So if I have a fortification of 1, you need 3 to 1 odds to take it outright. Or you lower, and then you can lower with a deliberate attacks or shock attacks, the fortification level.
Yeah, I finally lowered it by 1 level. It only took about 2 weeks.
Well, I'm back at this turn. I'm back at 97% fortifications. So I guess I'm up to 2 again.
Well, I'm hoping the naval bombardment does something about that.
Yeah, can do more damage and possibly destroy supplies there.
Yeah,
So-
and that's what I've been counting on. Is I I don't know how many supplies Manila has, but I've been hoping to kind of whittle you down on supplies and take advantage of that.
Yeah, but it will take a while.
Yeah, sure.
So that's Manila itself produces supplies because I don't know how this really works, but the economy is off.
Mhm.
But every base, it seems, produces supply and a certain amount of fuel in a certain amount of time. Maybe even because you have a lot of more troops there, it produces more supply and fuel.
Mhm.
So I don't really know. Yeah,
But it's a big city. You'd expect it to hold for a while.
yes,
So.
and now I guess that's where I said it to you in the chat with, okay, if I have brought this 1 regiment down to Manila, it would even be better for me. Yeah, because Manila is urban with 4 times the adjusted AV, so 80 AV turns to 320 AV in defense, which is practically a Japanese division.
Yeah.
So, and Bataan is only woods, so V is for woods, and woods give double the defense bonus.
Yeah, and that actually felt a lot easier than I was expecting, Bataan.
Yeah, but Bataan was like, well, I sent a token force with these regiments there to, yeah, you have to send at least the divisions there to set it false, but yeah, you overwhelmed it.
Because that's where I expected the majority of your troops to go. Because that's War Plan Orange, and that's what the computer does. But again, obviously I'm not playing against the computer, and you have more knowledge and are a little bit better than the computer.
Yeah,
so.
well, there's a computer acting at a script every time. That's the point.
Yeah.
It's not bad for playing it's the first time, I guess, but it doesn't really look. I can see why he goes for Bataan. It's woods, so times 2 at least, and you can supply it easier, practically. Yeah, because we have 2 fleets now, 1 in Bataan and 1 in Manila, so it's cut off.
That was kind of the plan.
Yeah. Before that, it wasn't cut off actually.
No, I didn't want to go through your mines at Bataan.
Yeah.
So I'd just been sitting right outside trying to catch whatever would come out.
The problem there was that in the south or in the west of Manila, the hex 4252, I could sail from there into Bataan, so I could circumvent your direct blockade of Bataan every time.
Okay. I had no idea.
Yeah, because if you turn F6 on, you see that I can move Bataan from these 2 positions practically. So
good to know.
Yeah, so it was like, well, bring in this ship, and another ship, and another ship. Well, that's the point for Manila taken here.
Yeah, that's good to know now.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't expect you to to let me know those things in advance. Now that you can't do it, I appreciate you letting me know. But I fully expect and want you to capitalize on my mistakes, because that's the only way I'm going to learn.
Yeah, I mean,
that is the way I'm going to learn.
Do it by me. Yeah, so 2.
Yeah.
And
But so I did want to address one thing real quick, regards to the landings.
mhm.
I know you expected a lot more landings, and sometimes I get a little overwhelmed. It's like, well, let me just focus on this. Well, let
Ah,
me just
okay.
focus on this. And I'm also um,
Hmm.
I'm very wary about um, there's been a couple diversion attacks that I've made, and I've done that intentionally. Um, but I'm also trying to be very wary about where I land because I don't know the fortification levels. I don't know
Ah,
any of
okay.
that stuff, and
Hmm.
I don't want to go into an allied campaign and say, what is this? So I'm trying to be pretty picky about where I land and when I
Hmm.
land and what I
Yeah,
land with.
okay, yeah. Um,
So
okay, yeah. If you don't know the positions from the start from the allies, basically, then yeah, I can guess it why it's so hard. But your landing in Amoy was really unfortunate. No, no, seriously, Amoy, south of Shanghai, is Amoy the heavily fortified and mined place you can go. It really is south of Shanghai in China. It is, and I said, okay. I mean, if you want to move into Amoy, I have no problem with it. But yeah,
yeah, no, that's why I came in there. I got wrecked. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna keep going with
yeah.
this. I'm
Uh,
gonna stop.
I was like, well, nah, don't bombard him and let him land there, and yeah, he can keep landing. I don't even want to shock attack, so or something like that. Even I don't
Yeah,
remember. Yeah,
I
but
pulled out pretty quickly.
yeah. That's astonishing how fast you pull out. I never think that this was possible in this game. That was nice.
I didn't. Apparently, not a whole lot landed. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
which I was like, all right, just move somewhere else. I don't want to do this anymore. This hurts.
yeah. But now you can remember for forest and jungle, it's times 2 adjustment for the
Hmm.
AV for the defender. If I attack you, you are the defender, so it counts for you in Manila or somewhere too. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you don't need the base for it for this modifier. That's what I'm saying here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mountainous terrain and swamp is times 3, and urban is times 4.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So and something like sea is cultivated or clear, which doesn't do anything, or desert doesn't do anything. So not a big deal here. Only to let you know that's okay. Why he's beating his head with this insufficient forces against Miller every time? Well, was
Yeah.
sitting
Well,
sense.
mostly because I'm trying to whittle down your supply and I'm trying to lower your fort levels
Okay, yeah.
because I know I can replace the guys that I have there. I'm not super concerned about those losses. I just I
Mm,
want that fort level down and I want
mm,
your
mm.
supplies to go away. Those are my thoughts behind that.
Okay, I give you that. I have more than 10,000 supplies in Manila, and every shock attack costs me 2,000 supply. And deliberate
Oh, so
half.
5 more shock attacks and we're good.
If I don't produce or get anything into Manila, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's the other part. And even then, without supplies, they're gonna continue fighting.
Yeah.
Insufficiently, but so to that's point
And
for
I've got more troops coming in, so
yeah, I guess so. But the troops currently at Manila need at least 1 or 2 months to get proper replacements.
yeah. Which I have been having them rest a little bit just so I don't wear them down too quickly. But it
Mm.
seems as I need to stop having them rest so much, especially since you're about to get another fort level.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the problem is if you're banging them again, they're gonna point more killed. Yeah,
Yeah,
And not,
but in my mind, the
yeah,
victory value is more important than the lives
of
of my
Japanese
troops.
soldiers. Yeah, I can see that. Uh, well, that's for Manila. Mm,
I'm pretty excited, although kind of disappointed,
mhm.
um, that I didn't get to engage any more of your troops in the Midway or any more of your ships in Midway. I was
Ah,
hoping more than just destroyers.
yeah,
I was trying to draw you out. That's why I did those. I
yeah.
didn't th I wasn't ever planning on actually taking Midway. I wanted you
Ah,
to
okay,
come out and fight me,
okay.
and I was hoping for more than just the
Destroyers.
four destroyers.
Yeah,
I mean, but I'll take them. But I wanted more.
yeah. I can understand that. Mm, I mean, that's funny. You say you wouldn't want Midway, and I said, well, if you have arrived a week later, Midway would be evacuated. So I said, well, I don't need Midway, and you say, I don't need it Midway too, and Midway stands in the middle and says, guys, what's happening?
Why don't you want me?
Yeah, oh, your reliability, nobody wants you. Yes, that's funny to hear here.
Yeah.
Really, so nice to know. But in the end, I got more victory points than you.
Well, yeah, that was a risk I was taking. I was hoping you'd
Yeah.
send out a bigger detachment.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
so some better ships that I was hoping to engage.
yeah,
Um,
but with this force you brought there, with the battleships, if I bring my battleships, you're gonna lose.
well, you never know.
Yeah, I
I'd,
mean,
I'd more than one. I'd more than one task force around.
yeah, good. That's possibly, yeah. That could it be?
I had several task forces available, but then when I saw it's just the destroyers, it just sent in the one. It's like, all right,
Uh,
well,
uh,
I guess I'll take what I can get.
yeah, and sadly I stayed. I let them stay there and not even moved them out. So, but well,
And I'm really annoyed that I can't. I keep trying to engage your um task force in around China. And that keeps
ah,
moving.
yeah,
Can't grab that.
yeah. So, these Chinese old cruisers from the layout, if you have seen them in the ship base, they are 30 years old or something like that.
Yeah,
It's,
but I want I want that task force gone.
yeah, I can imagine why.
I was
Well,
hoping I could get more of them with the mines. I know I got at least the one
yeah, you
with the
got one.
mines.
Yeah, good. You got one of the CLs with the mines and nothing more out of them. Um, I guess the biggest issue because our ship sunk through mines was night and full speed.
Yeah.
That was the biggest issue because I moved back to Shanghai with full speed and even cleared one mine and no harm
Hmm.
done. So
Bummer.
yeah, so yeah, I can tell you that. And even then, it's Shanghai. It's a big port. It's 19 shipyards repair points.
Hmm.
So
What can you do?
yeah, I mean, Shanghai is a major thorn in your side. That's the problem as Japan.
Yeah. This one, yeah. It's not gonna be if I take it, it's not gonna be easy. If I'm able to. It's gonna take probably
If
bigger.
if you remember the first days of the war where I attacked with the forces
Yeah.
out of Shanghai,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, then okay, you fight now in Manila with 4 to 500 AV, and then you will fight in Shanghai with 6 to 700 AV, more or less.
Sad times. Poor Japanese.
Yeah, sad times. Well, if so, yes, you can take the mess, right?
Yeah.
So if you say 700 times 4, 2,800 for a 1-to-1 odd even.
I'll just bring the entire army.
Yeah, practically. Bring all the divisions.
I'll and bring my entire fleet to bombard.
Yeah, that could work. For if the fortifications level aren't high enough in Shanghai.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Hey. Well, China.
I am.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
you can.
I was saying I am. Despite all the mistakes, despite me still being a complete and total noob, I am having a lot of fun. I don't expect. I'm not playing as well as I know a lot of other people could, and I don't expect to win the war. But you know what? I'm having a lot of fun, and if I lose, I lose, and if I play again, then I'll have that knowledge for the next time.
Yeah, well, it's nice that you have fun with it. One regard to the Air Force. If you bring Air Force in, bring it in numbers.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And best would be 100 plus, if possible.
I don't think I have 100 planes in my entire Air Force.
Wait a moment. Yeah, you have it in your entire Air Force, yes, but not in your bomber wing of. You can use the fighters as bombers too, but.
Yeah, no, I know that there's, especially early 20s. I also know that you probably have at least double or triple what I have.
Nah, not really. Not in Air Force. Not in Air Force directly. So,
I was pretty happy. I knocked out your fighter ring pretty quickly on. I think it was Guam.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That was like, well, it's doomed from the start, and you don't get more pilots there. And after a week or so, you didn't invade it and say, well, maybe we can save it. So send some AKs away. Then you bombard it and invade it and say, okay, can turn around now. So, no need for this. Okay.
Yeah, it took my ships forever to get to Guam. I'm unsure why, but whatever.
Yeah, you can change the home bases, right?
Yeah, I know how to change home bases.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because then, if you change home base from Tokyo to Tainan, you need a lower amount of fuel.
Yeah. I've been changing home bases a lot.
Okay. Yeah, and look, I don't know what you know, and then I say, okay, I know this. Do you know that, and so on. That's not.
Yeah. We're good.
Okay.
And I do appreciate, especially since you've got a little more experience, I appreciate the assistance, despite the fact that I'm trying to kill you.
Well, I know what Japanese more or less have at divisions, at least. So you have around 20 division and get around 10. So over the complete war, so to say.
Yeah.
So you get 30 divisions. I don't know the brigades, and I don't want to know, but I guess the same number or a little bit more because they are brigades. And look, the AV for the Imperial Japanese Army divisions is 400 AV at max. And they are stronger than the Allied counterpart, except US divisions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Which I know you've got some US divisions in northern China.
And that's not a division.
At least one.
That's not a division. That's two-thirds. That's
brigade then.
No, that's two-thirds of a regiment.
Yeah.
In Tianjin holding.
Sorry for the background noise. My son is playing.
Not a problem.
Switch.
Look, the 15th. You mean the 15th US Infantry Regiment, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. I know it's in
Tianjin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, your divisions have 50 experience and 50 moral, and these guys have 86 experience and 91 moral.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they have one of the top 20 commanders, or I put one of the top 20 commanders I can get into them, so gonna hold.
Killing me.
Yeah, that's. I mean, the other problem was you attacked there over a river into an urban center.
Yeah.
That's deadly, practically.
Well, at least me being there, it's gonna
Well,
hopefully distract you a little bit.
well, I can't throw you out. That's the other point. Yeah, with the times 4 modifier. Because most of the Chinese units are locked, so to say, with warlords and so on.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
So I have one division and three infantry corps, and one cavalry corps, which I can move. The rest of the Chinese forces are locked.
Oh no.
In places like don't say the names here. So, well, not Shanghai. So, but yeah, that's the point. You can mobilize them if the warlords are destroyed, or the whole corps is destroyed. And the Chinese units are the only units who are really coming back from the grave. Every other land unit is destroyed finally.
And do they still have the same mechanic as they do in War in the Pacific, where they
30 days
basically they come back at like 1/3 strength or half strength or something like that?
1/3 strength, 30 days after the destruction at Chengdu or Chongqing.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah, if you destroy them completely, but really to destroy units completely in this game is pretty hard.
Yeah, you basically have to cut them off, and
they
have nowhere to go.
Yeah, you have to surround them and then piecemeal destroy them, more or less.
Yeah.
And a further tip: don't air attack Chinese corps.
Don't air attack them?
Nah.
Okay, I'll take that into.
I mean, look, half of their guns are AA guns.
That's good to know.
So no, simply no. With the planes you have, you get shredded. You get shredded. Doesn't worth it.
Doctor turns into a kind of creature.
So back to the division strength. That the normal British Empire divisions, so Australians, New Zealand's, Commonwealth or African divisions or Indian divisions have 350 strengths, AV.
Mm-hmm.
The UK division, it's only one, so it has 370.
Mm-hmm.
And the Americans have 525 or so. Strength wise. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big difference.
Yeah. The Americans are pretty hard.
Great. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, look, you get 10 divisions or 12, yeah? Something like that, around that, and let me see. I get, 38 US infantry divisions? alone US divisions or so. So, yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, if you are on the defensive, you have cities, you have mountains, you have woods to defend too. So, it's not so easy.
Yeah. That's true.
To be on the offensive overall. The problem would be more the battleship side. You get 4 battleships and battlecruisers, as far as I know. And so total 22. Yeah, and I get in total 88 or so. Yeah, I mean, there are counted pre-dreadnoughts and so on too, yeah? So all BBs and BCs, but, well, it's simply a number game here. Huh?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't expect to win. I just expect to
Well,
see what I can do, learn, and
well, at the moment you are winning.
yeah, for maybe another month or two.
Nah, not so fast.
Probably like another year.
Yeah, year after a year we could be even, or even in strengths more or less. Yeah, depends on the location. Yeah, I mean you're mopping up Mindanao, so that's good.
Yeah, that's gonna be done pretty quick here.
Yeah, the troops are done in Mindanao. So that's running well for you. That the Fuso sunk was unexpected.
Yeah, that was poor management on my part.
So yeah,
once he got hit, I should have just had him. I thought he had to go back to a very specific port to repair. So
yeah.
like, all right, well, I've got to try. But I didn't realize I could have just docked him at the port he was at, and he would have repaired, but slower. But and that was my own ignorance.
No, the best would be to dock, or the best routine would be to, I am torpedoed at a port, so I dock at this port, or best I disband it out of the task force and completely let it anchor at the harbor, and then the crew itself first put out the flames, fires, and then counter flood, so fight the flooding, and maybe there's some system repair going on, but then you can send it off, because the only thing which really sinks ships here is flooding, and the crew always fights fire first, so that's the problem here. And it was moving through thunderstorms and maybe on full speed even, so yeah, getting full of water.
I did have it on cruise speed.
Okay, so
but it's still, again, that was my lack of knowledge there.
Yeah, but it wasn't a top-notch battleship. It was a modern standard battleship here.
Yeah.
That's the luck in the unlucky situation.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, luckily. So what my expectations in the end, I mean, now you will mop up the Philippines completely or go to Borneo. The invasion of Kandari was interesting, or is interesting from my point of perspective. Yeah. Because it's in the middle of nowhere, so to say.
Yeah, well, I have plans which I can't discuss.
Yeah, clearly. Like everybody has. So yes, first months as allies, it was really good. Yeah, didn't expect that they hold on to Manila for a month or even longer, like the safe game stated. Yeah, so will it hold for a week and so on? So
yeah,
that was good for me. That I locked you at Tsingtao or Tianjin is pretty good for me.
Yep.
So, well, I mean, there will be better times for the Japanese coming too, but the greatest problem for both sides is recon. I mean, the best recon I have is practically if you attack me, or you if I attack you.
Yeah.
That's basically the recon we have in this game.
Yeah.
Because SIG int it's nice to have SIG int reports, but A, it's a day old, and B, it's like, yes, there are massive radio signals coming out of this place. Thank you. What now?
There's radio signals coming everywhere.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, it depends. I have sometimes 5-6 locations, sometimes only 2-3 or so. So.
And that's the one thing that War in the Pacific has definitely over this game is the recon, the intel.
Yeah.
Helps you helps you plan a lot easier. And I'm probably playing way too cautious as Japan.
Yeah,
But
I mean
I don't
it's
like acting without intel.
yes, I guess that's the biggest thing you learn from this game, that act without intel or with very low intel. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the operation reports is like, oh, I sighted allied ships in Tsingtao. Yes, I know. Thank you, operation report. These are my ships. And second is like, yes, there are radio transmissions, and that's all. So, what now? That's, I mean, I never played war in the Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it actually.
No, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, maybe if they make it cheaper again.
Yeah, I got it on sale, but it is way more complex than Warplan Orange.
Yeah,
and it's I've only completed the Aleutian campaign, which is, you've got maybe a total of like 6 islands.
Okay.
It's a good starting point, but there's still so much. Like in Warplan Orange, you just send a submarine somewhere and it sits, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have like a detection range or anything like that. In War in the Pacific, you have to have your submarines patrolling, and you've got the engagement range that you can set.
Yeah.
And then even going further with the I think the thing that scares me the most, not scares, but is all the different ways you can set, your flights and your ships, and it's so much more in depth.
Yes, that's the problem here in Warplan Orange. You don't have patrol feature or something like that. It's practically go to this location and then move on or stay there. It's very rudimentary.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest issue.
Yeah.
But you will, if you have submarines in place, you will at least see if there are ships there or moving through the hex, I guess.
Yeah, my subs have been my best source of intel so
far. My subs too. So yeah. and that's not a lot.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's getting
so. Yeah, the things that I kind of expect from the next month or two is, I expect I'll make more mistakes. Expect I'll do more dumb things, but I also expect I'll learn. I do expect Manila to fall, and I expect to finish up my conquest of Manchuria.
Okay, well, I can give you that Manchuria has no troops in it, so...
Yeah, no, I know that. I know that much.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just going slow because I had to divert some troops. I expect to hold that up, and then I'm just, finish that conquest. I expect at least 1 or 2 more naval engagements. I won't say why or where, but I expect 1 or 2 more naval engagements. And there's a couple other invasions planned, and that's all I'll say.
Yeah, Singapore invasion doxed, I see.
Yeah, totally going for Singapore. I might even go for India.
Yeah. India is open, so you can go for it. I mean,
I might invade LA.
Well, it's a city hex.
I'm just gonna pull everything out of Manila and send it all to LA.
Yeah, but that's need 1-2 months to refit.
Yeah, well, bonsai.
Well, bonsai is a defensive charge, If you get through now.
This is a defensive war. That counts.
Okay. Yeah. What do I expect? Yeah, Manila should fall. If Manila survives July, it would be hilarious to a degree.
I'll be so angry.
Yeah, that's practically what the hell is going on with Manila. I expect more reinforcements, naval and land force wise, and some more build-ups by my troops, but well, for me it's a defensive war here. It's like maybe I even said you throw me out of Tsingtao in 2 weeks or 3 maybe.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's the problem. I guess your troops in Manila and Tsingtao have a high amount of disruption and fatigue. Yeah. So
Yeah. I've been trying to rest them a little bit.
What's good for rest and refit, is if you have the base, command headquarter, and 20,000+ supply.
Yeah, I've got both of those at Tsingtao at least.
Yeah, in it, because then it's more or less so that you get 1% per day back, disabled or reinforcement wise. That's why I say, okay, it will take months. It's a sluggish war overall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 4 years after the first war ended, so that's the thing here. And you do not have a lot of tanks.
Nope.
I guess you have, was this one tank company with 15 tanks in it or something like that, right?
Yeah, I've got those armored cars. I've actually got only one real tank company, and that's in Manila.
Yeah, so armored cars, actually, you could use them like tanks. Because it does not really make a big difference if you have armor 9 or armor 22.
Okay, good to know.
If you accept some nationalities which engineers have 25 armor piercing or anti-armor value, like Australia, New Zealand, Indian, so basically the British Empire.
Yeah.
Because then I have to use artillery against the tanks or the armored cars. It doesn't really matter for me here. And the armored cars even have 2 points higher soft value, anti-soft value than your tank.
Interesting.
Or my tanks even, yeah. That's a little bit okay. But well, that's a short notice in tanks here. And all around for naval engagement, it's like, okay, you have 4,000 yards more range at your ships than I have in the right caliber with 12 inch, 14 inch, 16 inch, and so on. Most of the cases. Not always. There are some special ships who have 30,000+ range 2, like the Hood by the British with the 15 inches, but they are very, very few.
Yeah.
So that's for the ships. Oh, and for torpedoes, it's so interesting in this game. Most of the torpedoes were really good on both sides. On you, a little bit better than on my sides.
Yeah, it'd be great if they could hit something.
Yeah.
Other than patrol boats.
Yeah, but this was your best kills with the torpedoes. Whoa, patrol boat killed. Well, you can waste your torpedoes on a patrol boat. or sub chasers. Yeah. I mean, the mine sweepers at Haipong were a good catch. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, I didn't want them around anymore, if I'm being completely honest.
Can understand that. So, but normally by a torpedo, if it only says heavy damage by a torpedo, you did maybe 1 or 2 point system damage, and that's it. It has to say it that the target is on fire, then it sets a proper hit. Everything else doesn't matter. Yeah, because if it says only on heavy damage, it's practically exploded too early or too late, or too deep. Yeah, that's because this torpedoes in this era were more vastly unreliable.
Kind of like the Mark 14.
Yeah, not so bad. They detonated more often. Even we had some failed to detonate, but they detonate more often, but in the wrong location, you could say. Too deep or too early, and then it was like, And mines, yeah. Mines are pretty damned. But you can lay a good amount of mines because you have a lot of ports with capacity of 9 or higher.
Yeah, I've got some of my ports have many mines.
Yeah, no, I don't mean your ports, but lay mines by us or by enemy ports.
Yeah.
Because for to replenish the mines on a mine layer, or at least by sub mine laying, you need a port of size 9 or greater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've discovered.
Yeah. This with the conversions of the AK ships with 5,000 tons, I already told you, right?
Yeah. We already did that.
Yeah. It will come be handy in the continuing war. The problem for you is you can't convert 2 ADs, right, to destroyer tenders. As far as I can.
That stinks, but what can I do?
Yeah, I mean, I can do that as allies. That's the difference, yeah.
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 Well, game likes the allies anyway, so.
Wouldn't say that.
No, I know it's. I'm just teasing.
But you could always invade Russia.
Yeah, you know, if my war in China was going better, I'd consider it.
Nah, you scratch outer layers, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Yeah, and, so the terrain in Russia is hard too, with a lot of woods and mountain. Yeah, but you can take Vladivostok. It's only cold.
I've thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
I've decided against it, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's always what do you expect from the Russian side? That's the point. Yeah, look, in war in the Pacific, it's like, oh well, they're coming anyway, and they're massive anyway, so okay, do we bide our time, fortify, and hope the best, or do we invade now? Or in Warplanche Orange is like, well, I could say, if you take 10 divisions, then yeah, you can stomp the Soviets to a certain degree, but not really kill them. But 10 divisions for the Japanese is half or 1/3 of their total division count.
Yeah.
So it's nothing which is easy to do anyway in neither game.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part. Yeah, the fight for Midway was funny. So.
Yeah, that was just, I wanted to pull your fleet out. I was willing to sacrifice what I sent there. But I think it's funny that you were pulling out of there anyway.
Yes, my mind was, well, I can't defend Midway, or I don't want. So why?
That's funny.
Yeah, that was the funniest part of it here.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to pull your fleet out to get to reduce your operation levels by that much, and
Yeah,
you know,
to sink the fleet maybe, I guess.
I mean, yeah, not even to sink the fleet, but at least put a good amount of your stuff out of commission for a while, or at least some of it. I didn't expect you to send your full fleet, but I was expecting a bigger task force than just some destroyers.
Yeah,
Um,
so I thought about it. So do I bring the battleships? Yeah, so a good task force, yeah, with battleships, and then throws him away. And but on the side, yeah, he's unloading, and how long is he gonna hold it at midway? So I said, okay, destroyers, you go in full steam blazing. You're gonna do it. I hope with the hopes that there is no other task force around. Because for destroyers, they cost me 6 or 7 points. 6 points per ship. It was like, well, 24 points lost.
yeah, I wanted more. I wanted more. But yeah, that's the risks you take.
Always, yeah. That's always the risk you take here. With offensive operations, definitely. That's the thing here. So
Indeed.
yeah, it means that's the month, so to say.
Yeah.
We have named Fuso, we have Saint Midway, Manila, Mindanao, Tsingtao, Tincian. All of this revel around. Yeah, good Guam, but Guam is certain to fall anyway. At least in my mind.
Which one? I didn't hear you.
Guam. Guam, sorry.
Oh yeah. That was no. My kids are talking. I apologize.
Yeah. Okay. No, not a problem.
Yeah. No. Guam. I think if you tried to defend that would have been folly.
Yeah. Look, I can't. I can't defend Guam because my battleships don't have the reach for Guam.
Yeah.
They don't have the endurance, and to organize a replenishing task force, a battle group, and so on, to move to Guam and maybe save a base force and some aircraft doesn't really seem too worth it here.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. So.
Well.
Yes, that's it, I guess.
I think so. I think
I mean,
this has been a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, it's interesting for me to play, really, as the allies. And I really like it that you don't really know what the other is doing. In War in the Pacific, you more or less can guess what the enemy is doing to a good amount. Yeah, with the massive amount of recon.
Much better recon.
Yeah, look, your recon aircraft have what 1 or 2 hexes of range. The Felix Stones have later on 3 hexes of range. That's the best you have. And I have my blimps, my Zeppelins, airships, with 4 and 1 model with 8 hexes of recon.
Oh wow! I want to kill those blimps.
Yeah, it shouldn't be so hard to kill them. And look, I produce only 1 blimp of every model per month. So if I use them, it's very cautious.
Yeah.
Thing. Because it's like, oh, I only get 1 Japanese tank per month. Yeah. So, but don't worry, my tank production overall is higher, but not for the special tank, except the light tank M1917, which is an Americanized Renault FT17, where I produce 3 tanks per month. So
wow.
Yes, that's the highest tank production for 1 single tank I have.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Each tank loss is
practically so
painful.
And as far as I have seen, that US brigades have 5 tanks in themselves, but not the divisions. But so okay, my brigades have tanks. I have a lot of tank units later on, and now it's okay. And all of them needs this light tank, and only produce 3 of them every month, at best. And okay, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
And from what I seeing, it's like that if you conquer my industry, my heavy industry, you lower my production.
Yeah.
Output overall, right? I guess that was stand in the manual or something like that. So
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of math. So if you conquer all heavy industry in Russia or Soviets, Manchuria, China, and Hong Kong, you put out 33 or 35% of my total production. So yeah. So I only produce 2/3 of it, which means even lower tank production or overall production of anything. So and for you it only counts Japan proper, not even Korea. So it's very unlikely that I can lower it anyhow. So yeah. It's interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I know that, and that's one of the reasons why I was focusing on Manchuria. Is like I need that production. I need to.
Yeah, but you don't increase your production.
If I don't increase my own,
Nah.
by taking it away from you.
No, you only steal it from me, but because it's not. Nah, it's not national. It's not Japanese national industry.
Okay.
So
well,
look,
learn something new.
Yeah, that's what I remember from the manual. It's like you only use your own national heavy industry for production and not the enemies. It's practically only you get victory points for the damaged heavy industry, and you take it away from the enemies. Okay, he can't use it. And that's
okay.
And that's basically it. You don't expand your production. That's another difference in Warplane Orange to one specific. So
now I know.
Yeah. At least if I remember right from the manual, and if the manual is right, so it's wonderful to. Yeah, how does the game work? Don't know. Push buttons.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because hey, here's the manual. Yes, the manual states that you need a 345 garrison AV for Shanghai. And if I take the mass for Shanghai, for garrison in proper China, you don't need that. So, manual is wrong. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I guess you know that you need in proper China, so outside of Manchuria, garrisons, right? For spaces.
Yeah, I do know that.
Okay, yeah. So that's why I'm building up airfields all around. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Genau. Yeah. It's an hour now. It was nice to meet you, Jonathan.
You as well. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Alexander. Thanks for asking me to play.
Not a problem.
I've. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun, even though I'm doing very poorly. But ultimately, I think once I understand this game better, I do want to try to play some War in the Pacific. Maybe not the entire campaign by myself.
Yeah.
But I'd really like to play as the U.S. in War in the Pacific, and maybe let someone else handle all the
Yes, short note.
logistics on the American side, and I'd play as the
Yeah.
everybody in the Dutch East Indies. I think that'd be a lot of fun. The damage I could do to Japan.
That for last year, I wanted to start a team game, Warplane Orange, with three player each side, but we didn't have enough people for it. But I guess that's what you want there. So a team game that, okay, I have 2 or 3 men on one side, and the same on the other side. So
Yeah.
would be fun to see, okay, how does the ally given with cis troops and how do we work together?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if I get War in the Pacific, we can have US favored scenario. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
So because War in the Pacific is a pretty how do I put it, dark ground for me. So unknown ground.
Yeah.
So it's like the XTG against another player's Mariana Island campaign or something like that in 44.
Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a slaughter. But well, you can at least as Japan, you can die gloriously.
Yes, exactly.
So okay, maybe we can even off the talk if the time's on my end and yours end, let it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we don't need every month, I guess.
Yeah, every 3 to 6 months would be good.
Yeah, I thought about 3 months. First 6 months, but every 3 months, because 6 months to remember is a little bit long.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, we can do that for every 3 months. So at 1st of September.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, let's plan for that.
Yes. So thank you for the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for thank you for asking me to play. I'm having a lot of fun and happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you to have you as opponent, and then see you soon.
Yes, definitely.